Hi, today we're going to be going over how to set up WP Optimise free so that everything kind of runs automatically and you don't have to think about optimizations all the time. So once this is all set up, the idea is that your site will naturally just clean itself, compress images automatically, and stay super fast with caching. Before we begin, just make sure that you have WP Optimise installed. If you need any help with that, we have some helpful links down below that will help you through the process of setting everything up. Once you have it installed, you're going to go to your WordPress dashboard and scroll down to WP Optimise. So the first thing we're going to do is go to the database tab and just run all of the optimizations. This will help remove old revisions, old spam comments, and unused data that's just taking up space on your site. Next, you're going to go to the settings tab, still in the database menu. And once you're here, you're going to see quite a few options. I would recommend that you tick these two so that WP Optimise will help clean out old data, but you can still have the most recent data accessible to you. We also recommend that you click this button to make sure that Updraft Plus takes a backup before doing any of these things, just in case you need something and it gets deleted. And then you can scroll down to schedule cleanup settings. We would encourage you to enable these just so that it automatically runs and you don't have to think about it all the time. And you can select what you want to run automatically here. Once you're happy, just scroll to the bottom and hit Save Changes. We're going to move over to the Images tab. And here you'll see you have some options for compressing images. Firstly, we would really recommend that you make sure this box is ticked. This will make sure that every time you upload new images, they'll be compressed automatically for you. Then as you scroll down, you'll see you have some more compression options. We would recommend trying to keep maximum compression, but it's up to you to decide how important the details are in your images on your site. And we would recommend creating WebP versions because WebP is the recommended image format for websites. Next, you're going to head over to the caching tab. And this one's really easy to set up. Just make sure that you've enabled page caching. This will just cache pages automatically. We also recommend a 24-hour lifespan. It's the best default for most websites. Once you're happy, just hit Save Changes. While still in the caching tab, we're going to go to Preload. And we're just going to activate it and make it the same as the cache lifespan. This is also the best default for most sites in most cases. Next, we're going to head over to the Minify tab, and this can get confusing, but I'm going to keep it really simple. So in Minify status, you're just going to make sure that you enable Minify. Minify will allow you to minify HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, which just helps your site get a lot faster. Most sites will do just fine with minifying this, but if something breaks on your site, just turn it off and test it again if something does go wrong. This is why it's important to take a backup before doing any of this, just in case. And those are the main things you want to set up to make sure that WP Optimise does the best job that it can do on your site. If you want some more settings, you can go over to the settings tab. Nothing is super necessary here, but if you want to make things easier for yourself, you can enable an admin bar and you can enable some more caching menu options. And that's really it. That's how you set up WP Optimise to just run everything in the background for you so that your site is always optimized and super speedy. We also have a bunch of tutorials and documentation on our site, teamupdraft.com, so check that out. See you next time. Bye!